This boy was so skilled in kung fu that he could throw a can into a dustbin from 30 meters away with his eyes closed. A clever man saw this and thought, what if these hands were used for basketball? And from that day began the amazing journey of an orphan boy. But to understand this story, we have to go back 20 years to a small village in China. In a field in that village, children were playing basketball. Nearby, a man was sleeping. Suddenly, the sound of a baby crying woke him. He looked ahead and saw a small baby lying inside an old tire. A letter was beside it. It was clear that someone had left the baby there on purpose. The man felt sorry, but he himself had no place to stay, so he took the baby to a nearby kung fu school. The school's master found a kung fu book with the baby. He understood this must be the child of a kung fu family. Without any hesitation, he took responsibility for the child. 5 years later, the baby has been named Fang. The master raised him with love and taught him kung fu from a young age. The master understood that there was something inside this boy that would one day make him extraordinary. One day, the master called Fang and told him a deep secret of kung fu. Kung fu is not just a fighting technique, it is a spiritual art. The person who truly masters this art from the heart gets a special superpower, the ability to control time. Going back in time, moving forward, all of it is possible. Then the master said his time was over, but his life was worthwhile because he had taught Fang everything.
Little Fang did not fully understand, but right in front of his eyes, the master used his kung fu power, turned himself into ice, and passed away. Fang screamed and ran to him, but there was nothing he could do. Many years passed. Fang is now a young man. One day, while riding a bicycle, he heard the sound of basketball being played and stopped in front of a college, and in that moment, he remembered the master. Basketball was the master's favorite game, and he always wanted Fang to become a famous basketball player one day. At the Kung Fu school, there were 5 teachers: Master Flay, Lu, Ni, Hang, and above all, the headmaster. People called him the man with iron hands because his punch could split anything in two. All the children were afraid of him. Clever Fang used to practice wearing an iron seal on his chest, but one day he got caught. The headmaster got angry and stopped his food. Fang sat sadly by the river. At that time, he saw a can nearby and a dustbin a little far away. To release his frustration, using different kung fu techniques, with his hands, with his feet, he kept throwing the can perfectly into the dustbin every time. On the nearby bench sat a clever man named Wang. He watched this from a distance and was shocked. He tried many times himself, but could not do it even from close range. He came to Fang and found out the boy had no home and had not eaten. Then Wang gave a challenge. If Fang could throw a coin into his mouth from 20 meters away, dinner would be free. You might think throwing a coin into someone's mouth from 20 meters is very hard, but Fang did it in the blink of an eye. The coin moved so fast that it got stuck in Wang's throat, and Fang himself had to save him. As promised, Wang took Fang to an expensive restaurant and then to a big club in the city. There, Fang kept winning one after another in a coin-throwing game. Basically, this coin-throwing game was a form of gambling. Seeing this, the club owner Tiger came and threw both of them out. But Fang was eating ice cream. He did not want to leave. Tiger's men said something rude, and Fang got angry. A fight started. Using his kung fu skills, Fang took down everyone one by one and completely wrecked the restaurant. The next morning, Tiger went directly to Fang's kung fu school. He made a deal with the headmaster, offering gold bars and money. Fang must be handed over. Unable to resist the greed for money and gold, the headmaster agreed. The next day, in front of all the students, the headmaster asked, "Who caused the destruction at the club?" One boy pointed at Fang, and then the students were made to beat Fang badly in front of everyone. Tiger sat nearby, enjoying it.
Fang could have fought back and taught everyone a lesson, but out of respect for the teachers, he stayed quiet and took the beating. The very people who raised him were now beating him for money. That same day, Fang left the school in front of everyone. That night by the river, Wang told everything to Fang. He wanted revenge. Wang then handed him a ball and pointed to a distant basket. "Can you do it?" Fang threw the ball directly into the basket without even looking. A plan came to Wang's mind. The most popular university in the city was First University, and it had a basketball team. Wang presented Fang's incredible talent to the principal, along with the sad story of his orphan life. The principal agreed to take him into the basketball team. But the team had a rule. A new player had to first play against the captain and score 1 point. Captain Tingwei came drunk. Everyone said even in this condition, Fang would not be able to beat him. In the match, Tingwei played brilliantly, but Fang threw the ball into the basket from so far away that the whole team was shocked. Finally, Fang got a place in the team. The newspaper reported First University's new member is an orphan boy who was thrown out of school. Reading the word orphan, Fang got angry, but Wang explained this sympathy will be useful one day. Slowly, friendships formed in the team. Tingwei understood Fang's amazing talent of throwing the ball from far away, and Fang realized he had feelings for Li Chen, Tingwei's younger sister, who helped during practice. In the first match, Fang was kept on the bench. Finally, under Wang's pressure, he got a chance to play. And from that point, incredible things started happening. One after another, he threw balls into the basket from far away, and at the last moment, Fang brought victory. Overnight, he became famous. At night, while alone at the stadium learning slam dunk, Fang used his kung fu power and jumped all the way to the roof in one leap. It became clear what was hidden inside this boy had not yet fully come out. In the second match, the opponents bullied him. Orphan, rejected from school. Fang didn't care. He went on to the court and scored point after point to win for his team. Then at a party came a boy named Zhang, who was once a player for First University, but now played for Tiger's team. He wanted to recruit Fang to his side. Fang refused. He learned from Li Chen the full history, how Tiger's greed destroyed their once powerful team, how Tingwei fell into depression and alcohol. Fang said clearly he was not going anywhere from this team. The day of the final match arrived, First University versus Tiger's team. But right from the start, Tiger's players deliberately injured First University's players. Tingwei and Jin were forced off the court. The entire burden fell on Fang's shoulders alone.
But the match was paused. Someone broke their power supply and cut the electricity to the entire stadium. Because of this problem, the match was postponed by 1 month. During that break, Fang practiced even more desperately. One day, all 4 teachers from the school showed up. After the master's death, they could never forget Fang. The headmaster explained what happened that day was forced upon them. Tiger had bought the school itself. Fang requested the teachers to play on his team in the final match because they were also very skilled at basketball. The teachers hesitated and said if they did this, they would lose their jobs, but they promised they would at least come and watch. And that day, Li Chen directly asked Fang, "If you like me, why haven't you proposed?" Fang proposed to Li Chen right then and there. Their relationship began. The day of the final match came. Tiger mocked at the start. "You have the courage to come with a crippled team?" Right at that moment, Fang's 4 teachers walked into the stadium. Even if they lost their jobs, they would fight for Fang. Fang's eyes became wet. The match began. The Kung Fu masters took the court and started scoring points with amazing skill. Fang pulled off an incredible slam dunk. But then, Tiger's real trick came out. He had already bought the referee. Again and again, fake fouls were called to cancel points. One teacher threw a pin at the referee's neck and the referee became useless. But Tiger's people now came directly onto the court and started fighting. The teachers used their Kung Fu power to fight back. The match went into a break again. During the break, Master Ni gave Fang the old letter, the letter found with him as a baby, written by his father. It said, "It was very painful to leave you, but there was no choice." Fang thought, could the 2 people in the stadium who get so excited watching his game be his parents? The match started again. This time, the recovered Tingwei and Jin came onto the court. The teachers had healed their injuries using Kung Fu power. The whole team united. but at the last moment, someone hit Fang's leg with a bat. Even though he was in pain and hunched over, he did not stop. They only needed 2 more points to win. Fang threw the ball, but the referee himself came and deflected it. The same thing happened a second time. Tiger's team celebrated, winning by 1 point. Fang's patience broke. He would not accept this injustice, and at that moment, he remembered the master's words. If you master Kung Fu deep in your heart, you can control time. Fang closed his eyes. The cheering of 1,000 people slowly faded away. He gathered all the strength of his mind, and then time stopped. The entire stadium froze. Fang moved through that frozen moment and took time backwards. He stopped the referee. This time, Ting Wei threw the ball into the basket.
The stadium erupted. First University had won. Zhang's $5 million bet was also won. In the middle of the celebration, Fang was searching for those 2 people. They came running, but they ran towards Jin. They were Jin's parents. Fang's sadness remained as sadness. A few days later, Fang was a celebrity. That night, he was sitting with Wang. A woman got out of a car and took him to a huge house. There sat his father, one of the richest people in the country. The moment he saw the locket, the father understood. This was his own child. Fang asked, "What was my fault that you left me?" The father said his grandmother never accepted the mother, and in the end had her killed. He had left Fang near the school to save him, then gone abroad. All property now belonged to Fang. Wang said, "You have found your family. Stay here." Fang stayed, though unwillingly. Wang left with a quiet sadness. Final scene, Wang was sitting in a restaurant with his daughter, feeling sad and saying, "Fang has found such a big family. Will he ever come back to me?" Right at that moment, a coin fell into his glass. Wang looked up. Fang was standing there smiling. He said, "A father who can abandon his own child for his own benefit is not my father. You are my real father. You are the one who brought me this far." Wang's eyes filled with tears, and with that reunion of the two, this incredible story came to an end.